The cost of living crisis with just Catherine with an RYN. And as we know, the question unedited in around about 60 seconds at the end. And by this time, we already know it's going to challenge some sort of cognitive or unconscious bias. The cost of living crisis. So I bought some cheese today, which I've already taken the liberty of taking a slither off. And I wonder, parts of it, has it taught us the cost of living, the rising cost just of a block of cheese, 250 grams, $12 or whatever it was. In the old times, a year ago when it was cheaper, or even 5 years ago when it was affordable, you used to just let it crust away in your fridge and you'd cut off the dry pieces and throw it away. Even crust. I used to throw crust away thinking, I don't like it. But what this cost of living crisis has taught me, actually, you're not to waste that and you're to eat the cheese. So I've just learned to buy a smaller block. So is the cost of living crisis teaching us to be more mindful consumers, or is it really hurting us at the bank? Maybe it's taught us both. Be mindful of what we're spending and to be more mindful consumers. Remember, everyone has a mite. Mine is the king of all mites, Vegemite. Remember, a smidge, just a smidge. But today we're having some cheese on my smidge of with my smidge of Vegemite. Vegemite, cheese, on toast, try it. You've got to have the bougie white bread, right? And a smidge of butter. Anywho, cost of living, I think for sure it's taught us to be mindful consumers and not waste that crusty bit of cheese. Just buy a smaller block and eat it, the whole thing, rather than a kilo sitting in there and it just goes dry and crusty, including the crust, which I'm going to butter very shortly and give it to my wife because she'll eat the crust because she thinks I'm a momo. If you're Googling it, it means a wasteful person. I don't care. This comes from Pauline Devine. What is one day you would relive and why? What is one day you would relive and why? Well, I used to think it was the day that I met a person who molded the way in which I thought love and sex and lust and existing used to be. I thought I'd want to go back and unmeet her. But now what I realize is that I wouldn't want to relive any day because it's built the path and the trajectory of where I am today. I wouldn't be who I am, what I am, and how I'm loving and the evolution of myself without having had those days. So I wouldn't relive it. I'd go back to that day and be like, yeah, sure. But other than that, no. Anywho, consumerism, like, subscribe, be the algorithm.